Okay, well, we're going to move across to the streaming platform You and the channel You and Drama for the return of crime drama Harry Wild. And here's a clip.
The world is full of obvious things which nobody ever observes.
Shakespeare?
Sherlock Holmes.
This is the great detective. My mother, Harry Wild.
What kind of mysteries have you guys been solving?
Somebody murdered my friend. We're going to have to find out who.
You have that look.
Didn't I train you well?
Yes. Now, I'd not watched much of this series before, and there's been a few seasons, so it's kind of like catch-up time, although I don't think you absolutely have to, but I think it's quite useful to go back and dip in and see what this is about. But this show is about a recently retired literature professor, Harriet, known as Harry, as the head gives away, Harry Wild, and as she becomes a private investigator, she's played by Jane Seymour, and plays this private investigator, and she becomes this private investigator after her son, who is a police detective, dismisses her help completely on a murder case, and she is somebody who is so ambitious and absolutely kind of wants. She's over everything. She wants to be a part of everything. She wants to know everything. She wants to do everything. And she reluctantly recruits her son's teen mugger, Fergus, as her sidekick, which doesn't go down at all well. But I suppose if you're going to employ anybody, it's somebody who knows exactly what they're doing and how it's done. And together they solve these mysteries, and they do it really, really well. I guess because essentially what they're doing is they're not playing it by the book. They're doing things they probably shouldn't be doing, like breaking into police quarters to try and find paperwork and things like that. So, but the point is that she knows she's being unconventional. She knows she's doing things she shouldn't really be doing, but the ultimate goal is to get the perpetrator, and of course, that's exactly what she tries to do. But what's great about this is it's not just the work that she does as an investigator, it's also the kind of family life that goes with it and what's going on around it within their own personal life, and I think that makes it feel much more, because it does have some comedic moments, but it makes it feel that bit richer, I suppose, knowing about the families, about what's going on behind the teenagers in the families, the relationships. And it just feels, as I say, that little bit richer, like you kind of understand a bit more. Jane Seymour is particularly good in this. I mean, she feels, it's funny because she sort of feels a bit exhausted by it all, but yet this is the one thing, fighting crime, finding... investigating serious things that she feels isn't being investigated properly is her thing, and it really keeps her going. So breaking into the guards, it's set in Ireland, breaking into the guard station to looking for clues. She's doing everything that's not by the book, and it's at times it's kind of it's pacey. I've really enjoyed what I've watched so far. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a bit of fun. What did you think, Ian?
I do like it. It's very much in the sort of cozy crime area, so you can't you can't compare it with sort of the more dark and gritty crime dramas, because that's not what it's aiming for. I mean, Jane Seymour, I don't want to be one of those people who bangs on about someone looking good for their age, but she does look incredible. And, of course, Solitaire in Live and Let Die, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Women. She's done all these great films and TV shows. And yeah, she's just got bags of charisma, hasn't she? And it's a bit weird, this one, because they're showing series 2, which is what we've watched episode 1 of. Series 1 to 3 are all available to stream. Okay, so it's all there. If you want to burn through the whole lot, it's all there. Yeah, I think it's nice. So the case in this particular episode, it's quite an exciting start. So you see this guy, he seems to be sort of staking out someone who is stashing some kind of parcel on the beach. And then, he is sort of executed assassin style. And I think it's his estranged wife, they're getting divorced, who is a policewoman, She turns up at the house and is sort of framed for the murder. Okay. And there's a little bit of backstory about Fergus, the guy that you mentioned who was the mugger. He's very good, actually, in this, I must say. So his mum, who he is estranged from, the first thing that happens is that she turns up trying to kind of reconnect and make amends. And we see a little bit of him, his relationship with his girlfriend. I mean, I put it very much in the same bracket as something like Whitstable Pearl with Kerry Godliman, in that, yeah, it's about the relationships, it's cozy crime. And again, in this, like the sort of the final action scene where it's all, is wrapped up, it's not good. But I don't mind because I like everything else about it. And yeah, it's good to see it back. And it's great to see, Jane Seymour still getting a leading role in a TV series. So yeah, long may it continue.